to the meat and potatoes. So, rolling from being excited about a game getting ready to launch next week, and I don't need it. Pre-orders. I think everybody here's pre-ordered something, probably.
Pretty regularly, yeah.
No, never.
I know, right?
Does Amazon count?
The only reason Amazon's about the only place that makes sense because then it shows up on the day.
So I guess what we're trying to say is you can pre-order at Amazon.
Yeah, because then it shows up that day. Like other than that, like I did it for a game recently with Best Buy, but I don't really see a purpose in it anymore.
Why does Amazon sponsor us?
What's that?
What should we talk about Amazon?
I know, right? Come on, Amazon, get it together. So pre-orders and to go along with pre-orders, review embargoes is another thing that's kind of that goes along the same vein. But I guess we'll go with the first one. Anybody here going to pre-order anything, or do you have anything planned to pre-order anything this year?
Arkham,
Not really
the new Arkham game. I want to pre-order.
Physical or digital?
Ooh, good question. It depends. Things depends on whether or not how long I'm going to hang on to it. I'll probably hang on to it for a while, so maybe not. I might do digital.
Yeah,
might do digital.
So what's your reason for pre-ordering? Just to get it day one, or
sometimes it would be the bonus. If there was a decent, worthwhile pre-order bonus. Some of them are.
I do it, but I hate it.
Well, some of them are really lame. And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to sweat it. Because I hate it when it's like some in-game content that you really want to have. Like if it's either like a special weapon or a special, if it's like a side mission, sometimes I'm like, I don't really care too much about a side mission. But if it's get this special gun, get this special thing, sometimes even if it's a skin, I'm like, oh, cool, I can get this character skin. Then I would be all aboard for
See,
that.
I'm doing my best to fight that because I absolutely hate how the whole system is now, where you have all of these GameStop and Amazon, all these players having these specific pre-order bonuses, and you're forced to kind of choose between the two, or maybe choose between a couple. And I just so much rather have all that content in the game be the same across all wherever you buy it, and not do that. So I don't like to pre-order games as much as possible unless I'm getting a significant discount. I'm not going to pre-order a game.
So the big thing, what I don't like is retailer specific.
Oh
pre-orders.
God, yeah.
That thing, that crap has pissed me off recently because Target gets them, GameStop gets them, Best Buy gets them, Amazon gets. Everybody has their stupid pre-order stuff. And the first time I really noticed it was Forza 4.
Yeah.
Because I love racing games. I had a 360, I didn't have a PlayStation 3, so I got Forza. And I was like, I'm going to pre-order this. I pre-ordered the upgraded edition, and I was like, all right, where am I going to pre-order it? And I just Googled it, and I realized that you got a car pack, which for that game is pretty cool. It's like you get a pack of 5 special cars. Every retailer was a different car pack.
Yeah.
I was like,
and if you want all of them, you're screwed.
Well, you have to wait. It was like 6 months down the road. It was a DLC.
If they have
this game did. Yeah, this game did.
Yeah.
So I was like, I hate retail because then there's no way to get it. Because at least, okay, I hate that. I hate the enticing of make me get a pre-order to get this cape or this skin or this bull crap. Which for the most part, that stuff I won't do. But this was cars. And it was a couple cars I thought were pretty neat. And I could get them for pre-ordering, but there was no way to get them all. You had to pre-order from everybody to get them. Or buy them later, which is still, I'm not going there today. But they just keep splintering it and just keep splintering it, and it's getting pretty obnoxious with it. But I want to say, who's done Destiny said that they did. They had a pre-order and they had one bonus, and it was if you bought it from.
Oh yeah, it was the
GameStop. You got a Red Sparrow.
Yeah.
I was like, because they said that they weren't going to do anything for pre-order bonuses, but did that. Who was it? Last of Us did really good though. Their pre-order bonus, they did have a pre-order bonus. It was like survival packs and stuff, so it really wasn't that big of a deal, which I'm fine with. If it's something that is nice to have but not required, screw it. That's my same idea with DLC. Don't make it pay to win, but you can have like some things that are small and nice to have, but it's not needed. I think it was like some survival stuff that you got, a couple extra. Do you remember what it was?
No, I have no idea.
No, it was some pack or something like that. But no matter where you got it from, it was the same thing. And they came out and they're like, we're not.
It was like in-game soundtrack too, or something like that. Like it had some download.
I don't remember. I'll look it up and throw it in here. But they did it right. If you're going to do pre-order bonuses, they did it right. So, but just it's a big risk pre-ordering stuff nowadays, especially with how many burns there were last year with games.
Halo was probably one of the worst.
you had a different skull depending on where
But
you
there was
were.
only one worthwhile, and so then you had to get it through
depends.
GameStop.
I mean, there was GameStop.
GameStop had the bandana one. All the others were kind of eh.
Yeah,
The bandana one.
I thought there was
infinite ammo.
I thought there was one that was like just more confetti and balloons and whatnot. That seems
Grunt
worthwhile.
Birthday Party comes with.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Grunt
it's not.
Birthday
There was some. It was
That's
like
the one shot him in the head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have. You didn't have. That wasn't pre-order bonus.
no, not that. I know that one's built in, but I thought there was one that was like fun.
More explosions.
Yeah,
There was. Yeah, there's the boom skull.
that's worth
But you
it.
know what they did? They later made that. I think DLC where you could purchase or something like that, where you could have all those skulls. So I guess like that was a little bit cool after the fact, but still it kind of sucks that I had to go to specifically one guy just because I wanted that one.
Yeah.
I hate that. And then later on, a lot of times they end up coming out as DLC, which
I hate that they charge for that. I'd be fine if it was free. Like when they'll release like everybody else's
Like a patch
DLC,
update
and it's like $5 each. I was like, no.
I think I don't know remember who said it, but when you could do the pre-orders like through Amazon or someone like that just to get it day one, that's kind of the big reason.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
Amazon is the only pre-order I'll do. I don't do pre-order through
and that's
Amazon.
because the only way to get it day one from Amazon is to pre-order.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm fine with whatever bonus Amazon gives me. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's I'm not going to
more
go to
of a-
GameStop or Best Buy.
I have Gamer Club unlocked, so I just buy everything at Best Buy anymore.
Yeah. And I might pre-order from like the PSN like I did with Mortal Kombat because it was 10% off.
Yeah.
And plus I had like a bunch of like
I will take
rewards
that.
cards and stuff.
I will take money off to pre-order. Because as a day one person, and I don't care what company you're ordering from, everybody can screw it up. That can screw you over with a crap game.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense to give a discount for people to pre-order. Because you're the early adopter, you're taking the risk, more risk than anybody else is going to take by waiting a couple days and waiting for reviews. So that to me that makes perfect sense. Like that's about the only way I'm okay with pre-orders is money off.
Especially because other people that wait get the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like, it sucks to have people get rewarded for waiting. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you do to play a game first. So there's risks either way, but to me pre-ordering, getting a discount makes about the best amount of sense that I've seen.
I mean, that's why I waited for the Borderlands collection because I didn't want to buy it on the PS3 and have none of the DLC.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty good. But then review embargoes or something that I hadn't really heard of. I guess it was never really on my radar. It makes sense now, but it was never really on my radar about review embargoes until Assassin's Creed Unity came out.
Huh.
And there was like, I don't remember exactly how long it was, but the review embargo for Assassin's Creed Unity was after the game came out. So you literally couldn't read a review until the game was already out. So if you pre-ordered, it was 100% on the full faith and credit of Ubisoft. And we know how that turned out.
Yeah.
I have the game. It's been out since November, so what is that? 6 months?
Yeah.
It still is terrible.
I mean, they lost me at no pirate ship.
Yeah, who doesn't have a pirate ship? You don't like. There's not the falling through the terrain and all those crazy huge bugs. They fixed that stuff pretty early, but it still is just that game just grinds, and not in the RPG way. In the when you like say I'm walking behind my guy, and if I want to flip around and look behind me real quick, the game just chugs. And like I'm not a huge person who's like. Screams and raves about frame rates, but basically, like about everybody can notice when 30 is about the bottom of the barrel frame rate, and that's only for certain games. And that one is under that, and it's not even rare for it to happen. It drops under 30 very consistently.
They fix the faces.
What's that?
They fixed the faces.
I never ran into that problem. I got it about.
So maybe it's still there.
Yeah, it could be. I got it about a month and a half after release. It came with. I got an Xbox One Assassin's Creed bundle because it was like the only one out at the time, and so I got that, and it's still a mess. It's not a fun game. I don't even touch. I need to uninstall it. It's so garbage.
So have we heard about any other review embargoes since?
I mean,
or is it been kind of a thing that it's been like a bunch of whistleblowers lately?
I think
review embargoes.
I think Unity burned them so bad that companies are going to shy away from that extreme of them. But I have noticed companies talking about reviews that, like for games that are either heavily online, they rely a lot on other players, like your Titanfalls and your Destinies and things like that. I don't know if they embargo them, but they really try to keep the reviews from getting too crazy until the game's been out for like a week and you get a full server.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense, but it's still not being able to review a game properly doesn't help us as a consumer. That kind of screws us as a consumer. I don't know how they'd be able to do it. Maybe they could get reviewers in, do a limited alpha.
I think they should
not an alpha. God, I hate when they do that. Have a limited demo period that's just for reviews.
Yeah.
You get some normal people in it, not reviewers. So you put out something to maybe some of your really big fans on Twitter, have a giveaway, for say a couple thousand people. Pass out some codes to these people. Tell them, you'll get this special, some dumb thing for doing it, and then throw them in there with the reviewers.
Yeah.
So people from GameSpot and IGN and all these other places can do a review with a server with players. Because I get what they're saying, how it's hard to review a game that is meant to rely on a bunch of people without a bunch of people.
Right.
So, but other games that don't need it, like say Wolfenstein, 100% single player, no online capabilities. There's no reason for a game like that. But from what I understand, I don't think any of those are doing that.
Yeah, my understanding is that pretty much every game has a review embargo.
It's a lot of them do.
Date.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
Just the date.
They all have embargoes, but it's like once you get, I think that it should be no later than maybe 3 days. Yeah. You're getting close at 3 days if you want people to pre-order, because if you pre-order through Amazon, you need 2 days. You need to order at least 2 days out to get it on launch day because it's Prime. So they should really, I think 2 days is probably the limit because of Amazon.
Yeah, but what they typically do is the games that they are kind of iffy about, they make the embargo way later, like closer to the review.
Yeah.
And then the ones that are really good, they'll do like 6 weeks before. Like Last of Us is one I heard that the embargo was like 6 weeks to 8 weeks before it actually happened. Because they knew they were going to get 10s. They knew it was going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
It was a masterpiece. They knew it was going to be.
You're stretching
totally. So the big thing, I will give huge props to Ready at Dawn, the makers of the Order 1886. They put the review out. It was a couple weeks they lifted the embargo. I mean, they got thrashed.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll give it to them. That's what I want to see. They kind of got pretty defensive, which is fine.
Delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, whenever you put a lot of time and effort into something, you're always going to be defensive. They weren't like dicks about it or anything, but a couple of them had to know what was going to go on with this game, and they did the right thing and said, "Hey, here's our review. Here's what it is."
I don't think they saw the people getting ridiculous with it.
I don't think they saw
the 1s and 2s that people were giving.
The game is not a 1 or a 2, but it is certainly not great. 1 or a 2.
I mean, there's some debatable scores out there that people started doing clickbait for that game, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, that game was the next big game that was fun to hate. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, but I'm not gonna. There's enough dead horses that we like to still kick around here that the Order doesn't need to be another one. But
and that kind of ties back into the pre-order thing. I mean, that's why I don't like to pre-order games, because I've gotten burned on so many games. It just seems like that's becoming more of the norm. Developers putting out these games that aren't fully tested or have all these bugs, so it just makes sense to wait, that first week, at least see what people are saying. If it's a huge flop, then I save myself $60. And, I mean, I'm only going to pre-order the games that I know, 100%. I'm confident it's going to be a good game, or I've been following it and I'm, well caught up in the hype train.
So would you say that you would pre-order one of your top 5 franchises?
Yes. So
there are definitely exceptions.
Great.
I'm just saying, in general, I've been trying to get away from pre-orders.
Yeah. And same here. Like I said, I enjoy getting hyped up about 3 to 4 games a year. It's really fun to get. Yes, that is it. I feel like I'm getting pigeonholed into this.
A lot of hype conducting.
This is. But I'm like the Flava Flav around here. But I do like, because it is fun to get excited about a game and to read all the news about it and to play the demos and watch the people play, because they'll give people early access and stuff like that. It's really, really fun to do that.
Yeah.
So I got no problems with it. And those games, I may or may not pre-order. It kind of depends on my situation at the time. I'm not necessarily against every pre-order all the time, as much as it seems like that's kind of the big circle jerk right now, is just stop pre-ordering everything, because we can't give them our money because of things like Battlefield 4 and Unity.
Yeah.
And
what was wrong with Battlefield 4?
And oh my god.
You
I really don't know.
You really?
I stopped Battlefield at 2.
You couldn't play multiplayer for like the first week. You would play one game and then get disconnected.
I couldn't play
one
single
game.
player.
I mean, it was Yeah, in single player, I never did finish a campaign because I got bugged out and I could not beat it.
And they were ruthless on all fronts. The PS4 was busted, the Xbox One was busted, and the PC was busted as far as your higher level stuff.
The PC was just...
we both had the PC version. I got it.
The game browser. Ugh.
God bless America, that game was crap. I think I've played it probably 15 times. Me and my brother pre-ordered it for each other for Christmas so we could play together, and we played once in a match together because at one time either of our computers couldn't do it because it was just so bad. So games like that and Unity and Master Chief Collection, and I think there's probably a few others that had some huge bugs, and that's what's got this whole pre-order hate train going. But I think it's also a way to reward good devs for good work.
That's true.
If I have a dev who puts out consistent good games, I'm going to pre-order it because I trust you. As soon as they do that, it's over. I'm going to stop doing it. But I see it as it's a reward system as well for developers who put out good stuff. They know that they've got my money. So that's what we're going to roll into our top 5. What we're doing today is our top 5 favorite developers. Basically, this is somebody, or not developers, our top 5 favorite franchises.
I'm severely unprepared for this.
Whoops!
Alright.
No,
I think the topic was supposed to be game devs we trust.
Yeah, we were going to go
and
into
then
game
top
devs
5 franchises.
Rewind. Where Brandon freaks out. Before Brandon freaks out, we were going to go over just a couple. Everybody, we'll go over real quick. I guess a developer or publisher, one of the two. Somebody who you still trust. They put out a lot of good games, and then somebody who that not somebody that they suck. Because again, we're not about saying bad things are bad. I want to know somebody that you would be cautious, but you would still pay attention. So I'll start this one. The first one I'm going to go with is the developer I trust would be Bethesda. Not to be confused with Bethesda as a publisher. Bethesda as a publisher has put out crap. They have put out some Brink and Rage. I think they did Rage.
It still hurts. It still hurts.
Rich. I had to say it. So they put out some
too soon
garbage as a publisher. But as a developer, they've been super, super spot on for me at least. I enjoyed Fallout 3 a lot. I enjoyed the Elder Scrolls. Fallout New Vegas actually wasn't Bethesda Softworks as a developer. They published it. I forget who actually developed that game.
What, Fallout New Vegas?
Obsidian, that was it.
Obsidian, yeah.
Obsidian made that one.
Made Stick of Truth.
Oh, yeah. So they published it, but they didn't develop it. They also, fun little fact, I found out they also make all the IHRA drag racing games. So like whenever you go look at their history, it's like Elder Scrolls 3, Elder Scrolls 4, NHRA 2001, Elder Scrolls 5, NHRA imports, and like all this really funny stuff. And they also make PBA bowling. But developer that I have to see to believe would be EA, as well, publisher, developer. They do make some good games out there. I loved the new Need for Speed, the launch title. What was it? Rivals. I thought it was great. It was a really fun game. It did always online perfectly, because if your online kicked off and you just played against NPCs, it was true to the franchise. It was easy to switch between the two. I really liked it. Then they've put out franchises like Madden and FIFA where it's year to year whether it's going to be good or not. Usually those games you buy, they come out every year, but nothing changes but the roster about every couple of years. And
then some nice surprises sometimes. Like
Dead
Space was a really nice surprise.
And they put out some really good games. They put out some really garbage games.
Like Origin. It's not a game, but still.
Origin's getting a lot better though. It has gotten a lot better.
Don't even.
And then, but that's another one where I as soon as I see EA on there, I'm like, let's see where we're going with this one. So, what about you?
For a developer I trust, I don't really have any like big developers that I trust right now. I think right now I picked Supergiant Games. They did Bastion and Transistor.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of upcoming. They're building their library, but so far I've just been impressed with everything they've done. Those two games I absolutely love. I love the style of them. So I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna continue to put out. For developers I'm a little shaky on right now, I'm gonna go with Square Enix. So I want to like their games, especially the Final Fantasy, and I'm hoping Kingdom Hearts is good as well. So I'm a big RPG fan, and especially the Final Fantasy series as of late has been pretty disappointing to me. I was a big fan of up until about 10, and then it's just like 11 I played some I didn't like, 12 was not good. 13 I played, but it really wasn't that good. So they're getting kind of away from the formula. So I'm hoping they kind of bring it back. But I just can't trust them right now. But I'm hoping good things for Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. I'm hopeful. So.
All right, Nick.
So I'm going to be the exact opposite of you. So I'm not going to beat that horse.
Who hates Supergiant games?
Ones I would be worried about, Naughty Dog. Sorry, Rich, I had to do that. No, really, probably Bungie would be the one I'm a bit worried about.
Yeah.
Bungie in its current form today.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really the Bungie we knew back when Halo was popular, and I believe they're almost an entirely new studio, basically. So, that's kind of one's got to earn my trust back.
I want Konami and Capcom to kind of deliver the way they used to. Things have gotten pretty dicey in recent years, just because they've had that history and track record. When they put out something, my heart wants to go for it, but in the back of my mind, I know that a lot of the brains behind some of those great games may not be there anymore.
It's always sad to see like a legendary publisher or developer go under like that, or just wither.
Right.
They just kind of stop being who they were.
Exactly. So it's kind of like in that same boat with Square Enix, I think.
Yeah. So who do you think, if they put something out, you're going to trust what it is?
Well, I want to trust those, but I'm too fixated on those guys right now. So.
Your heart just can't look elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably with you on Bethesda. They're pretty consistent. I think 2K actually, even though I haven't played everything that they've released,
a lot of good. There's actually. Quick note: 2K. There's a huge 2K sale going on. It's PC only. Yeah. But there's a huge 2K sale going on right now.
It just popped in my head actually. I forgot 2K.
And that's what made me think of it, because the 2K sale, I always they put a lot of stuff on sale on PC, and I always look through, and it's things like it's got Borderlands, they got XCOM, they got Spec Ops: The Line, which is story driven. Cover shooter that I really liked. I thought it was a good one. They got the BioShock series.
BioShock.
They do basketball. They did baseball.
Yeah.
He's about to get ranking.
He did not appreciate your answer. You will pay.
But 2K has a lot.
I've got some trust in them.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Rich.
So I must have spaced out. Rankin, did you say one you liked?
Yeah, it was just the ones that...
He likes Square.
The one I didn't.
Oh, Square, yeah, that's right. I spaced out then. So the one I do not trust would be probably Bethesda Publishing.
Yeah.
I'm still upset about Brink.
Refresh my memory on Brink. What was Brink?
It was basically Borderlands, but not working and dumbed down graphics.
When did it come out?
2011?
I know the name.
2011, yeah.
I can't see the face. I know the name. I can't see the face.
So what they did is they showed every trailer and all the gameplay, and it was beautiful, and the gameplay worked, and there's all these vibrant levels, and it looked cool. You get the game, it looks like they took the game they currently had, and then they lost everything they had, and they just reverted back to like 3 years ago. And it was only like 4 levels, and the combat wasn't very good. It kind of felt like, how most people feel about The Order now?
Yeah.
Like that in 2011. But they were trying to be like what Borderlands became.
It was Watch Dogs before Watch Dogs, where they launched something great and then scaled it back for the release.
On a much bigger scale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's like that, where
Watch Dogs... Like if Watch Dogs went back to like 8-bit or something like that. Like, it was just huge. Like, I've never seen such false advertising my entire life, so I'm still upset about that. Plus, Bethesda, they seem to publish anything they want. So, I also hate Oblivion, but I haven't tried Skyrim yet. Yeah. So,
they have...
I love Fallout, though, so...
They have a lot... I was looking at them today as a publisher. They have a lot of hits and misses. They got Brink, which is a huge miss, but they also have Dishonored, which was a big hit.
Yeah, and they have, but it's just like every time something comes out, I have to really look at it now and research it with Bethesda Publishing.
After you play, you'll get a little bit of trust back when you play Wolfenstein, because that wasn't made by Bethesda; it was published by them. But
that's right. Yeah.
It's that is a very good game.
Well, I had to like research that before I even bought
I
it.
know.
Like, and I had to talk to everyone to convince me to get it.
Yeah, you asked everybody, and I get what you're saying. That will restore some of your faith in Bethesda.
But like, I'm not gonna like blindly go out and buy a Bethesda game.
Sure.
It's just not gonna happen for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, like with Skyrim, everybody's gonna be like, "Cause I hated Oblivion, but I might like Skyrim. I don't know."
I enjoy it.
And the one.
Hours later.
The one I would trust would be Naughty Dog. I mean, I was thinking about Kojima, but Kojima outside of Metal Gear, I have to kind of look at, because like Zone of Enders was okay to me, but I haven't played the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with Naughty Dog, they could put out like another Jak and Daxter. I'll probably buy it. Like they're just, everything they do is pretty high quality.
Yeah,
and it's very engaging for me. Like I love the way they do gameplay. Like Uncharted, I just love like shooting things and climbing and everything. It's just all fluid. There's really not many bugs in Naughty Dog games, so that they go through really good quality control.
I missed out on like the entire Uncharted. I had an Xbox 360, so I'm excited to try out the new Uncharted. I'm definitely going to get it because of everything I hear, all the great things I hear about the ones before, and a trend with a lot of PlayStation games that were mainly PlayStation on the PlayStation 3 or only PlayStation. They seem to be making their first PlayStation 4 entries accessible to everyone, because like the conversion rate was insane for Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one. I hear a lot of good things about it, and like as much as we debate about The Last of Us, everything I've seen from them is pretty rock solid.
Yeah.
They don't make bad games at all, from what I understand. I've only played a handful of them, but I've never come across one that I'm like, this is dumb. So.